Hello YouTube, and welcome to Red Dust Vlogs. I'm your host, Nicholas Spade. So first off, we're going to get the whole algorithm issue out the way. If you are 15 and below, sorry, not 15, 16 and below, please go watch a Fortnite, Cat, and Modern Warfare video right now. Okay? This isn't for you. Bad. Go. Going. Go. I'm gonna be stricter than your parents were. You know, go watch those videos now. This isn't for you. If you are 16 and above, this video is for you. Of course, to be completely honest, this video more deals with people who are, I'd say, 21 and above. In some cases, maybe less. And the topic of today's video is a little bit more of a fun one than the past ones. I know the past videos have been like really serious. This isn't so much, this is a serious topic, but it's gonna be a little bit more lighthearted, hopefully. And the topic is survival. Particularly, can you be forced into a survival situation? Or can you be forced to survive? The answer is yes. Bluntly, yes. You know, I know I'm going to hear about this in the comment section, but yeah, you know, I know society, and at least the first world with society, you know, this is the least dangerous time, and there's not as many natural predators, and you know, things are always gonna go perfect, yada 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 yada. But no, you can be forced to survive at any point in time. In fact, survival situations are actually very common and very normal. Very common and very normal. Can you be forced into them? Absolutely. Will you be forced into them? Absolutely. If you're not being forced into a survival situation, it probably means that you're already in a survival situation, and that's why you're not in it. That's why they're not putting you in another one. I'm talking about the people who like literally have to live like within a plastic tent thing inside of their room, or a complete sterile environment just to survive. Yeah, I'm talking about those people. Now, if you're sheltered, coddled, and all in all protected, no, you're not in a survival situation. And this video is absolutely for you, because you should be thinking about these things. In fact, your environment is extremely strange. It's not normal, it's not natural, and it's, well, problematic. And here's the reason why it's problematic, is because whenever you do get into a survival situation, you ain't gonna know what to do. Like, dead serious, you're not gonna know what to do. So, I'm here to kind of give you a few pointers on, what to do. But, can we be forced into a survival situation? Yes. Can a nation be forced into a survival situation? Yes. Can any nation be forced into a survival situation? Well, again, yes. How? How is this possible? Look at history. Again, I did a video over history, so if you actually watch that video, and my thoughts and the opinions on, it's labeled History 101, and my thoughts and opinions on most of that, and also, can these things happen? Yeah, watch that video. You'll be, I won't say entertained, but you'll get the idea. So, yes, you can be forced in these situations. And here's my example. Not example, examples. 1. Look at World War II. Yeah, World War II. Yes, yes, inflation and social tensions caused it. I'm not going to sit here and say it didn't. But one of the biggest things that happened during World War II, and oddly enough, this is the funny part of it all. So for all my anti-gunners out there, here's a huge monkey wrench. When I say huge, I'm talking about like the one that like the big boy donut guy would be holding if he's holding a wrench. When World War I ended, and basically the whole world, quote unquote, started fighting for peace, weapon productions slowed down, if not grinded to a halt, because everyone thought that that was going to be the last, that was going to be the one and only world war. Now after that, we're all able to live in peace and harmony. Yeah, that didn't happen. Germany, Italy, Japan, and even to a degree Russia said, no. Your peace is BS. It's killing us just for you to have it. No, we're here to take your crap and call it our own version of Thanksgiving. Thank you, Carlos Mencia. He's the one who originally cracked that joke. I'm gonna, give props where it's due. They said no, armed up, and said, you know what, we want Poland. And then, as you can, Austria just kind of signed on board. There is a lady who literally, she survived. Not survived. She's actually a lobbyist now, but she lived in Austria during the time of Hitler, and she has a video on what that was like. I don't know how to leave a link to it via phone, but I'll try when I can. Excuse me. Anyway, but Hitler, Russia, and all of the guys who were part of the Axis powers, they didn't disarm. Well, they did, and then they turned around and started building new ones. We don't know how. I still don't know how they got the plans or ideas, but they're like, yeah, we're gonna take you, basically. And that left everybody else, every other country, scrambling for weapons. Oh, not Britain. Look, I think it was after, let's say, Dunkirk or Thermopylae. They lost a good majority of their weapons. This is actually why the Sten gun, S-T-E-N gun, was designed. It was literally designed out of small parts and not a whole lot of quality control, just so they could fight. And that was World War II. That's how World War II came about. Now America was a little bit better off because, one, we didn't fully stand down and disarm. We still kept our guns, and we still kept our people not only manufacturing guns, but trying to figure out better versions of them. If you ever watch, and yes, I know, quick disclaimer, I don't know Gun Jesus from Forgotten Weapons. I don't know the man. I have no relation to them except for that I subscribe and watch his stuff. That's it. End of disclaimer. But yeah, go watch Gun Jesus. Thank you, H. Go watch Gun Jesus on Forgotten Weapons, and you'll see that there are a lot of weapons that failed in getting in production or contracted, but were still being developed. There's a reason for this. Because the people who were developing them, one, they knew, hey, this is how we make a living. And two, they knew that as long as people are in massive groups, there's always going to be conflict. As long as anything living is in massive groups, there's always going to be conflict. There's very few creatures that live that do not survive off of conflict. Next example is, and a way more recent one, is Syria. Syria? Yeah, Syria. You see, from I'd say maybe the 1980s up until 2012, 2013, Syria really didn't have that whole lot of infighting because they had a dictator. Their dictator's name was Gaddafi. Don't know his last name. It's not on the top of my tongue. Sorry. the tip top of my tongue. Haha. Not sorry that I don't know his name. Just Gaddafi. He kept the country under pretty much an iron rule, but and yes, granted, they weren't a first world country, but they were still a relatively stable country. They were still a relatively held together country. Well, pretty much once Gaddafi gets opposed in 2013 by the rebels, notice how we never had a name for them or like a leadership for them. Later on, all of a sudden, ISIS emerges out of that area. Just throwing that out there. But later on, but notice once that happens, once Gaddafi gets deposed and killed, or did he die? I'm not sure. Good job, genius. We have the huge major problem of destabilization due to war. Well, yeah, that happens. Full-on destabilization due to war. So, what do the people who don't want to fight do? Well, they do what most things, they do what most non-fighters do. Well, I'm going to get out of here. I don't want to be around all this gunfire and napalm and bombs flying from the sky. I say it in a joking voice, and I know I probably just offended somebody. Not sorry. But the point is still this. They ran. They left their homes. They went bye-bye. That's how we had the refugee crisis in 2016. That's where all those refugees came from. That's why it was such a huge issue. In 3 years, the country had become so bad and so horrible that a large group of its own population couldn't even live there. And they had to get up, get out of there, and leave. So, if that could happen to Syria, which, granted, Syria's not a first world country, I'm not saying it was, but that their entire government and region becomes so destabilized that they're like a full-on war zone. I mean, there's still people who live there. I mean, there were people who couldn't exactly get out. And there are people who are like, hey, since all the leadership left and all these other people left, I can try and take power. Like, there are still people there. Don't get me wrong. It didn't, become a ghost town in the first 10 seconds. And I know that ABC has, has blotched and cooked videos and not always portrayed it to be, portrayed to be in the best of light. Don't get me wrong. There are certain places that are probably pretty safe. You go to some places in Syria and they're probably pretty safe. You go to other places in Syria and war zone. Still, the point remains and continues that you can be forced into a survival situation. In Syria's case, that took 3 years. About 3 years, give or take. Will it always take 3 years? No. What I mean by survival situations happen every day, people get mugged every day. People people get their stuff taken every day. That's not uncommon. That's not unnatural. That's just life. So to sit there and say that you'll never be put in a survival situation is very unlikely, laughable. And honestly, you probably should be preparing for it, because if you're not preparing for it, you're gonna wind up in it. The catch is that if you're preparing for it, you know how to navigate it. If you're not preparing for it, you won't know what happens. You won't know how it'll turn out. You don't know what to do. And also, you might not get out of it alive. That is the reality of actual survival situations. It's not me being mean or nasty or rude. It's me just being honest. Still, can they happen? Yeah. Should you prepare for them? Yeah. Should you be paranoid about them? No. Just gotta take them as a basis of, life is life. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, please like, share, subscribe to this to my channel. I really need the help, and I'm very appreciative to all those who've already subscribed, all those who've already watched, and all those who've already commented. Again, a lot of the reason why I do this is, well, one, partially, I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to get paid from this. Even if it's like 50 cents, 50 cents is better than nothing. But two, don't take that as a challenge, YouTube. Two, I'm saying all this because some people do say it, but not a lot of people put it out there. And I'd rather at least put it out there, at least for someone to be able to find it and hear about it, know, at least listen to it and semi understand it, than for them not to. You know, ignorance isn't always bliss. Ignorance, in fact, a lot of times isn't bliss. And it's also not a fort named Bliss. But it's still better at least to try and have some decent knowledge, some basic knowledge, even about little things, than is to have a whole lot of knowledge about nothing. So, again, as I said, for all my subscribers and viewers, thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Please share this with your friends. The more this channel grows, the better it will be, and hopefully it'll also help me put out better better content, or not better content, but better quality of viewing, and for better content. Anyway, as I've said, perception limits reality. Have a nice one.